My name's Rob Day. I'm 40 years old. I have a wife and 2 daughters. I want to continue enjoying my daughters, watching them grow up, but I may never see Maddie have kids. The doctor took my parents and we were in the office, and he goes, I have some bad news for you. You have an incurable blood disease. We caught it. Usually you catch it 30 or 40 years old, but then you have a life expectancy of 10 years, and I'm just hearing all the bad stuff, and I'm just zoned out. As I got older, the doctor told me you will feel more and more tired as your disease progresses. You will get blood clots. Later, in my 20s, I noticed I started getting tireder and tireder and tireder. Never thought I'd get married. Thank God I met Mel because, she's so tolerant of me. I moved out here for marketing, and I noticed I'm really tired. And I used to close the door, turn the lights off, and fall asleep behind the door because I couldn't stay awake.
Rob and I worked together for years. When he used to have to go for his transfusions and stuff like that, he was always drained. He was always tired. He was very hard to get along with at times. He's usually quiet, and he would really blow off the handle a lot.
One day Mel told me we're gonna have a child, and so then I started worrying. I'm like, great, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna keep up with him? It took me 2 or 3 months to decide whether or not we wanted to do this. I have a $2 million max, and with it being so expensive, I figured, well, I'm going to burn my lifetime max in 2.5 years or so. I said, you know what, screw it. I'm going to do it for my kids. I want to be able to play with them, enjoy them, so. Since I've been on this stuff, I haven't been sick. This is the best I've felt since 19, 20 years old, I would say. My oldest daughter, we just took some weeks off so she could play baseball, and I ended up being like an assistant coach somehow. So I was able to pitch, whereas before I couldn't even do that. I couldn't walk up the steps without feeling tired. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I have to go off it. Yeah, I'm happy that Alexion made this drug, but I'm pissed off at the fact that they are charging people so much money for it. It's just not, to me, it's not fair. There's no competitor drugs. There's nobody else there that are competing with Alexion. So Alexion basically has the market. Even if they made a generic form of it and get the same thing for a third of the cost. Say if I paid a third of the cost, well, I could be on it longer. It will give me more time to be with my kids. I start approaching my deadline. Nice word. I have a couple of options. One, I could quit. Take a chance on not getting a blood clot. But, if you get a blood clot in your head, now my kids don't have a father. I could go on my wife's insurance. We figured it out would be close to $800-900 a month that we would have to pay. Well, that's a mortgage payment. That's a fancy sports car. Because of how bad I get when I'm not on a drug, I guess I could become disabled. I'd have to quit work. Photo rough. I don't want to do that. But if I can't function at work, they're gonna let me go. And what good am I? I want to be right there. I want to be with my girls. I want them to grow up having a father. And I'll be damned if anything's going to slow me down. But I'm just hoping. That's all. It's just hope.